Hello guys and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Part 5 Career Mode. I'm Cozza. So in this episode my plan is to check out Kerbin's second moon. We already done the Mun, but in this time we're going to Minmus, which is the pink dot you can see on the screen here. So yeah, in this episode we're going to be going to Minmus, and let's just, because we've already done the moon mission. Speaking of the moon mission, there is our probe here. Speaking of this mission, last episode I messed up a bit, because if we go back to our mission control and have a look here, explore the moon, as you can see we didn't actually come back to Minmus on that mission, so we lost out on a lot of money. We still made a bit of money on that mission, but we lost out on a lot. Thankfully this mission does not expire, so hopefully I'm looking to come back to this mission in a future episode and complete it once and for all. We have all the time in the world to complete it. We have a load of money, but I really want to get our science up, so I'm just going to go for the fuel lines for this episode. And what I'm going to do is go to the VAB and time lapse the build, because it's quite a long, longish sort of build, and I want to keep the time of the video down. So here we go with the time lapse, and I will voice over what I'm doing, so I'll see you in a minute on the launch pad. So guys, here we are in the ×4 time lapse, and for this mission I wanted to sort of get as much science as possible with the, obviously, the sort of technology that I've unlocked. So I've put on the storage container, and I was messing about with antennas here, and I thought, yeah, them two antennas would do on the side. I'm going to put 4 mystery goo containers in the storage container underneath the ship, one way, two one way to the other, and with a heat shield. But I also was messing about with these lights as well, because for landing, if we do come down in the dark side, which I sort of don't want to do, I want some lighting. So I'm just messing about with the lights here, trying to get them in a good position that will want, so when they do actually shine on the ground we can see what we're doing. And then I swapped around the container for the Science Junior, just so we can bring back as much as possible. So I think that would be enough to bring back with a heat shield. I've added 2 parachutes on the side and 1 on the top. That should be plenty. A 400 FLT fuel tank and the Terrier engine with the 2 Science Juniors on the side. We won't be bringing this bottom section back, but I just wanted to have an extra bit of science in case we do, because we've got, say, basically 2 outside ones for the space near Minmus orbit and the space far out from high above Minmus, and then we got the one, the golden, the middle Science Junior for actual landing science. Put the landing legs on and retract them, try to make it as stable as possible, and I'm just adding a few more lights on the bottom and on the top, so they will shine down and we can see when we're getting close to the ground, if, as I say, if we do land on the sort of darker side. So yeah, that's the landing part done, and now to add the liftoff stage. Same as before, 2 800 FLT fuel tanks and a swivel engine, that's what I'm looking for, and 2 big sort of fuel tanks on the outside with the Reliant engine, strutting them together. And we're using our science upgrade here, not here, but we will be using it in a minute, the asparagus staging. So basically the 2 outside fuel tanks will sort of run out of fuel first. We'll have a full tank in the center, and this is how asparagus staging works. Basically you need to do 2 either side, so you can only do 2 symmetry, but then they're the 2 booster stages if you wish. With these ones you need to actually put the line into the outside tank. So you see how it works when we lift off, but basically it's a lot more economical, I'd say. So we'll name this Minmus Mission 1, and there we go, we have our rocket. Let's launch. What's happening, guys? So here we are on the launch pad with our Minmus Mission rocket. It is time to press SAS, and I don't want to hang about too much here, but I think I'm going to do full power. Make him point. Well, he won't do that yet, but he should do. And let's go. 3, 2, 1, and blast off to Minmus. Climbing nicely off the launch pad. It's quite a heavy rocket, so I'm quite happy with the speed at which we're accelerating. We have all 5 engines burning. This is quite a heavy section, actually, to be fair. But I'm quite confident that we can get Jebediah to land on Minmus. Stage there, get rid of them 2 stages. We're a bit lighter now. Oh, they just crashed into each other. Let's start our gravity turn at around. I want to get a bit higher, so I am going to continue going up. We'll get into the thinner atmosphere before we turn over. We'll start doing the turn now. Hopefully that'll be fine. We're pressing A. Oh, whoops. A bit crooked, but we're fine. Yes, we are fine. Now we should start gradually speeding up quite a bit now. Let's just aim the rocket back this way. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, 45 degrees. Let's get our map. Should have put a Kerbal engineer thing. And I'm going to aim sidewards now, so we get more sideways velocity as we reach 70,000 nearly. Oh, that's the stage finish, so old stage. Yeah, and they'll fall back to Kerbal. So we need to aim back up because we're just not making it. Making it now. You know what? I think we'll call that before we go too quickly. That's a nice, efficient-ish takeoff. We still have a fuel, like a full tank of fuel here, and our parts are falling back quite early than what I was expecting. Hopefully we'll have enough here to, oh yeah, I think we'll have plenty, you know. I really do think we'll have plenty, because we need to actually circularize and then get to Minmus as well with this stage before we detach for our main lander. So we're approaching 79,000 now. And as I do, I'm just going to eyeball it. There's our lunar probe there around the moon. I am just going to eyeball it. So I'm going to start burning now. Let's get him to point prograde and just use the full power. Speeding up quite slowly actually. I'm just going to face up into the sky, just to keep our apoaps in front of us. Yeah, I forgot how heavy it is Oh, we're gradually getting there. We're getting there. So that's fine. How much fuel have we got? Oh, we still got plenty. You know what? I am not worried. And now I'm just going to aim prograde. And we should start to see it switch soon. As we approach the speed necessary for circularization, they're switching. Stop it there. 91, 77. Don't really matter. Right, so now we're in orbit. Let's have a look at our spacecraft. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off the lights. So we have some light in here, and as you can see, as you can mostly hear, I have installed Chatterer as well, and I've also installed a mod called Distant Objects. So you can see, I reckon this is Eve. If I look at the map here, I was facing that way. That should be in the direction of Eve. Yeah. So I've got the distant object enhancement mod on, so you can more see distant objects in the darkness of space. That's mostly Joule there. Right. So now we're up. How do we get to Minmus? Well, where is Minmus? Minmus is over here, and it's on a sort of inclined orbit around Kerbal. So it's not like the moon where it's equatorial, it's more sort of elliptical, I'd say. Oh, sorry for mostly butchering that. So how do we get there? So obviously if we just do what we've done here, we would miss the encounter with Minmus. So what we need to do is set Minmus as a target, and here you can see we have this line here. Well, this is what is called the descending node and ascending node. You could either do your burn on either one of these, but just for the purposes here, we are approaching this way, so we'll do it at the descending node, and we'll add a maneuver, and this is where the maneuver node comes in really handy. So you can see here, as you pull this, let me just click on that, right click on that. I'll just right click on it so you can see. It says minus 5.9 inclination. So basically we need to pull this up. We need to pull this normal one up. Normal, anti-normal, I think they're called on this axis. So we need to pull it around to 0 degrees, and that is 0 until it flips basically. And what that does is it sets, if we start our engines at this point where it was, because it has moved when we done that little pulling the triangle, pink triangles, it's set our, this is what it will be. So as you can see, it's sort of in line with Minmus's orbit. So if we burn for 12 seconds on the target, which I'm going to move to now, at this point, then we will change our blue orbit to meet the orbit of, well, the inclination of Minmus. This is just the first thing you need to do to get there. I'm sorry if I'm going over stuff like that people know already and I didn't turn it on. Yeah, you need to make you turn it on to a stability assist, because this is like the sort of auto facing direction thing. So this is telling Jebediah Kerbal what to do. So if you have it on prograde, it would automatically go back to prograde. But you see here, our blue target is on this one here. So pretty simple, you know, you can't really mess that up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say warp to next maneuver. So it just speed up the game a bit for us. And I will put it on a bit faster. So 12 seconds, we need to start burning roughly around 6 seconds. Just press Z when it reaches 6 seconds. And you'll see our blue line, there you go, move to meet this line here. I'm going to stop the engines there. You know what, that's pretty good, man. Let's get rid of that maneuver. And we see we're 1 degree out. I mean, oh, no, 0, not even 1 degree, we're 0.1 0.1 degree out, which is not a lot. Right, so now we need to get an encounter with Minmus. So I think we will need to orbit again. Maybe should have done it here, but oh well. I always sort of, when I'm looking for an encounter, I sort of do the opposite of where I think Minmus will be. So I'd say add maneuver about here. I'm just eyeballing it, like, so if we burn here, we might reach it by the time Minmus is here, for instance. You can move it, so you don't need to be like sort of. If you play around with this, you'll learn how to do it basically. So we'll way out here. So I'll just move my thing around, and there we go. We have an encounter, and that mostly looks like a better one. Right, so let's do. We need to burn for 49 seconds. It's quite a long burn. And we'll also have our moon encounter. So, no, because we want to land on Minmus anyway, so that's pointless. It's hard to see what will actually happen. Focus view. So we'll come along and pass it here, but that's good enough, you know. Maybe do a prograde, yeah. So we'll sort of come past it. We might mess this up a bit, but that's what's going to happen at the moment. So we'll come past it when we burn at that point. So we'll go back to our, move our ship orientation to here. So here we have our encounter. We want to go back to the rocket and then go back to this because I messed up. Right, so when we reach this maneuver node here, I'll just click warp to next maneuver. It should, we'll orbit around Kerbal, which I'm just going to have a look at Kerbal in the warp view. And there we go. Coming up to it in 10 minutes. We're sort of facing our blue marker here. So we need 900 meters per second, and we won't have enough. Just will miss. I think that's where our fuel will run out. Damn it. Oh well. Right, so let's speed it up a bit more. There you go. 49 seconds, so I'll start burning around 26. There you go, I'll just do it about there. Nice gradual thrust up. And we're heading to Minmus. See if I can see it. Oh, I don't know where it is. Can't see it. Need to try and keep central to that blue marker as possible. Oh, there it is there. You can see it just coming around the planet, yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're moving outwards. Oh. Stage. Start our small engines now. Unfortunately, we will have space debris. Which I don't like. Don't like space debris at all. I'm just gonna add a little bit of power, so at this sort of range we should be able to fine tune it quite effective. There you go, and I'm just gonna cut the engine there. Let's have a look, see how we did. We missed it, damn. So why did it say in our maneuver node that we would hit it? No big deal. Let's not panic. Add maneuver, and we'll try a radial. No, that won't work. We'll try more. Ah, there you go. So we just need to burn a bit more here. There's no need to panic. You can always set a new maneuver node and readjust. So it's saying we're gonna meet about there. I like the look at that. You know, let's do it from this one then. Focus view here. Oh, it don't look that bad actually. Okay. How'd you get back to Kerbal? Need to focus view to Kerbal. Or just... Right, I want to warp to next maneuver. There you go. Warp to next maneuver. It's like a 1 second burn, so it's not much we have to do. It's like 20 meters a second. This is the sort of scales that we're working with here. It's not a big burn at all. I'll just fast forward it because I don't want to miss it. Let's do 3. There you go. 1. We'll start doing it bang on the node. And I'll get ready to... There you go. That's pretty much bang on. Sweet. Now all we have to do is just warp here. We can just click this point here. And... Bye-bye Kerbin. There it goes. There's the moon orbiting around Kerbin. And where is Minmus? Oh, there he is. He's coming up now. There you go. So here, let's just set up a maneuver. We'll need to do this maneuver. Add maneuver. And we'll... Why? Oh, okay, cool. Just thought, like, why is it so... And we'll come down to a height of around... About 9,000 will do. Maybe a bit higher. 14,000, there you go. So we need to do that in 1 hour. So we've got plenty of time to do our science high above Minmus, but I want, so we don't overshoot anything, I'm going to walk to this maneuver now and do it as soon as we get there, because I just want to make sure that we don't overshoot. So I'm going to face retrograde. In 1 minute we need to do a slow down burn for 18 seconds. Missed it. Always concentrate on what you're doing. Don't just go mad with the speed up things. Always that happens. What's our periap's coming down to? Well, I'm just going to keep it low. Power 100,000. 28. You know what? I don't really. I think that's. Yep, that's not bad. So we'll get rid of this now. We'll get rid of it. Disappear. Oh, that's quite good as well, because we'll come round, maybe do a little adjustment about here. So we'll come round and land in this area here, because this has just come into the day. I don't know what this area is. I forget what it's called, but that's a nice flat area to land. Right now. Maybe be able to jump to another biome. I'd like to jump here, if we could.
Let's see if we can just burn. I don't know what one we have to do. I'm hoping it's this one. Where we can bring the blue line down a bit. Yep. Let's stop it there. Sweet. So we will pass that area. I'm just going to face retrograde and bring ourselves a bit in closer. We do actually want to land, so... Right, and stop there. As we pass over this area, I can do another burn to slow us down. So, I think we're high enough to do some science. Let's get ourselves orientated correctly. Oh, because you've got it on face retrograde. So, let's see how much science we get from just doing science high above Kerbal. We'll keep that crew report. We'll do a log temperature. Keep that. We'll log the pressure data. We'll keep that experiment. I want to... I don't know if to do these on... It don't really matter, so we'll do one. Observe materials bay. We'll keep that experiment. We'll open up our storage part and do observe mystery goo. Keep that experiment. EVA. Do EVA report. Keep experiment. We'll take the data out of the command pod. See if we can grab take temperature. Will we be able to grab that? Yep, we can take the data of the barometer. Let's see if we, because we ain't going to take these back, so I want to get these out of the way. So I just want to let go, do a spacewalk high above Minmus and sort of come around and grab this experiment down here. And that is not me breathing in the mic, that is the Kerbal. It's not me, trust me, I don't breathe that heavy. Collect data, yes. Still got to get used to flying around with these jetpacks. So unfortunately we can't reset the experiment, so we have to bring more than we need of these. But when we get a scientist and that, we can only need to bring one. And then grab. And then, so it should be able to board. We've got everything we've done. Board. There you go. Let's press T again because for some reason it turns itself off. Close the doors. Oh, did I turn the lights on? Oh, there you go. Our lights work. Right. So, but guys, I think for this episode we will come back for another episode for the actual landing. I think this will be a good place to stop the episode. It's getting on a bit now. So yeah, we're well on our way to Minmus. We're in orbit, and next time, I'll see you next time, and we will be landing. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Cozza, and I'll see ya next time. Bye.
That's good.